Hey there, Warrior Goddesses. Warrior Goddess Mentor Sarina Harz here, and I'm going to be reading to you today. So we are reading Warrior Goddess Training. If you haven't been following along, Heather Ash has been coming on, or one of the mentors has been coming on, and we have been reading since the beginning of September. And we're going through the entire book. So we may be reading through October, through November. It really depends. But part of our reading is that it's the 7th anniversary of Warrior Goddess Training, and we're so excited. And we're also doing giveaways. So every day when we're reading at the end, you stay for the whole thing, we do just a tiny little giveaway of a copy of Warrior Goddess Training that Heather Ash will sign and send out. So very excited to be here with all of you. And I'm going to pick up where Heather Ash left off on yesterday. So if you've been following along, in the paperback copy of Warrior Goddess Training, it's on page 57. And today we're going to be focusing on working with our ancestors and honoring our ancestors, which is absolutely perfect as we head into October. Okay, here we go. Bring the gifts forward by honoring your ancestors. In many different cultures around the world, ancestors are revered, remembered, and referenced. The Samoans bury their parents in their front yard so they can say hi to them every day. Mexicans have a joyous, colorful celebration each day, the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, and visit the cemetery to picnic with their dearly departed, bringing them food and alcohol. On their new year, many Chinese clean the graves of departed relatives, and many pray daily to teeny altars in their homes dedicated to their ancestors. Some African tribes are horrified at the thought of making a community decision without first calling in the ancestors to get their support and advice. While it is fairly common to honor or even talk to immediate family members who have passed on, the idea of connecting with dead ancestors, especially dead people we didn't know or didn't like when they were alive, is not high on the priority list of things to do for many modern women. From a warrior goddess point of view, we welcome all resources, whether in spirit form or breathing. This sometimes takes a little brain rewiring. We have to let go of believing that the only insight or guidance relevant to us comes from the living, and also have a willingness to forgive and choose to look for the good in those who have passed. Most of us are open to the idea that those we knew when they were alive are over us watching. Oh, sorry. Let me try that line again. Most of us are open to the idea that those we knew when they were alive are watching over us. But let's not forget the generations that came before them. I never knew my maternal grandmother. She died long before I was born. I thought it was crazy talk when the idea was first presented to me that I could still be in a relationship with her. She was long dead. How could I get to know her? But just by opening that doorway of possibility, I found that I did have a relationship with my deceased grandmother. When I listened, I could feel her presence, and sometimes she spoke to me, encouraging me on my spiritual path, or inviting me to listen more deeply to my heart. Mostly, I feel the essence of who she was and how similar we are. I am her blood. Her DNA gives me life. By simply being willing to create connection with a known or unknown ancestor, you will find yourself part of a ribbon of people who want you to go beyond where they could go. I'm just looking at the chats. I don't know anything, Doreen writes, I don't know anything of my ancestral lineage. I feel like I'm carrying a lot of karmic ancestral baggage that I carry with me in the present. Yeah, that might be something to explore, Doreen. There's obviously more about this in Warrior Goddess Training, and in Heather Ash's follow-up book to this, Warrior Goddess Way, I believe there's a little bit more about ancestors in there. Plus, we touch on it a fair amount in the Warrior Goddess Training Circle, if you're joining us there. So, lesson 4, resources. Gifts. You are an energetic being. And just like electricity, your energy runs best when you are grounded to the earth. You create a false sense of safety when you connect your well-being to roles, people, or things. Freedom comes when you release old ancestral patterns and beliefs and reclaim your trust in your authentic expression. When you bless and honor your ancestors, you carry forward their wisdom and gifts. Explorations. One beautiful way to honor your ancestors is to create an ancestral altar. This is a place to honor your ancestors and send them your gratitude for your life. Things you can bring to your altar include pictures, candles, family heirlooms or objects, family crests or cloths, flowers, or things you love from nature. You can also make an altar specifically for one family member who loved and supported you. Sit at this altar for a few minutes today and listen to what guidance or wisdom comes through. And I love this. So I have 3 ancestral altars around my home. And one of them is specifically dedicated to my mama, who passed in 2019, in September, actually. And, I sit and have coffee with her. It's actually really enjoyable. I have one of her old coffee mugs, and so I fill it up with coffee just the way she liked it. And I put it on the altar, and then I grab my cup of coffee and I sit across from her, and I just enjoy having coffee with her. And then I listen. So we have this innate ability to open wide to the other side. And if we just turn our brains off for a little bit and open to our intuition, then it can be really beautiful. So just share that little piece with you. Heather Ash will be back on tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. She'll be back tomorrow. And you all will start lesson 5, which starts on page 61. And for today's drawing, I would like you to pick a number between 1 and 161. And give it a few seconds to load. Between 1 and 161. Give another 15 seconds or so. No one's gotten it, but someone has come very close. Okay, so the two closest are Articulate Aquarius and Diana Perez Cruz. If you will both email hello@warriorgoddess.com. Congratulations. And we'll pop those in the mail for you. So thank you all for playing. The number was 139. I basically just opened the book to a number. That's what it was. Oh, and then I'll answer this last question from Doreen. Doreen, unfortunately, I don't have any family memorabilia, just memories. I like the idea of putting flowers, adding my own memories to my ancestors. Absolutely, Doreen. There are lots of folks who don't have things from their ancestors. And sorry, Sarah, I had already called it. What was I saying? Oh, so if you just intuitively drop in and just see what do they want to put on there. So if you don't have photos or anything like that, you can just choose a flower that represents them or that you want to offer to them. Or I like to also cook food that my ancestors would have eaten. That just warms my heart so much. And so, yeah, little things you can do. Okay, everyone, have a great day. I'm going to pop into the Warrior Goddess training circle because we have a call right now. But appreciate every one of you. And I will be seeing more of you next week as well. So have a great day.